It's about commitment, healing, honor, respect. This is Barber Life. Cutting hair, I like it. Barbershop, I like it. Change your life, I like it. Conversate, I like it.
That camera up there.
Look at that camera.
Yeah. In between me. Yeah. So peace. We here with Conscious Heads, Barber and Boot Camp, making the necessary adjustments. And the boot camp is not just what we do with the trainings that I do for the young people, but the boot camp is always going on because we always learning. We always in the boot camp. You know, we should always be in the boot camp because the day we don't, we cease to exist. So we always trying to elevate, take it to a whole nother level. Man, I'm excited today. And I've been trying to do this for a while to get with my good brother here. Man, let me tell you, because we came up together. Like we came up around the same neighborhood and he was the barber. I mean, so it's really exciting for me to get with him to tell his story because and I've been calling him over and over again, like, hey man, let's do this. But I'm really just getting started. It's like maybe our fifth interview that we actually doing. But I had to get my boy in, and y'all gonna see why, because this brother has so much to offer the barbering community, but the world in general, not just as a barber, but an entrepreneur. And man, I've just gotta say, man, I'm just honestly, I'm so proud of you, man. I'm so proud. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
You've been a role model in this community. No, I'm and I'm not just saying it, saying it because we on the show. I'm saying no, you've been a role model for most people because most people around our neighborhood, you know, a lot of people, I mean, you know, may be successful, but there's a lot of people who got into drugs, got on drugs, selling drugs, may have been murdered or killed or whatever. But you know, we come up around East Baltimore, so that's the narrative, that's the story. But this brother right here. So look, I want to do this backwards. So let's start like this. So let's start from now. We're gonna go back and we're gonna go back into the story. So you started. I mean, well, let's go now. So now, where are you at? And I don't want to go. I'm not going into you financially or whatever, right? Financial, like like I know that this brother he owns some homes. You know, he owns a barbershop. He has a boat. You know, brother's a pirate. He say, you know, but and let me just go back a little bit and introduce the name. You know what I'm saying? Antoine Dow or Antoine Styles. You know what I'm saying? That's who it is. We call him Cincinnati around the way. We call him Cincinnati or Natty around the way. You know what I mean? But Antoine Styles is here with us. And you know, so let's start backwards. Let's start like I said, you got a boat. Right now? Yeah, you have a boat, you got properties, you got I mean, and just lay it out for the people because I know I don't have all the stuff that you do and what you have. So just lay it out, bro.
Well, you know, first of all, you know, I do own some properties. I've been in the real estate for 15 years now. So being in West Baltimore, I've been able to acquire some properties. I have 7 properties, and I'm looking at another one. And I was able to do this through barbering, you know, through the trade of barbering. And a lot of people wonder, how did you do it? Discipline. At the end of the day, discipline. You know, and people don't realize in order to look good, you might have to look bad for a while. And I was never afraid to look bad, you know. So, you know, that's how I acquired properties, you know, saving my money.
Saving your money, you know, and you also have, like you said, I mean, talk about the, you know what I mean? About the
book. Yeah.
We're going to go back. We're going to come back and talk. Also, I just want to lay out the basis of who we actually talking to, because the whole thing is, we want to talk about people who are very successful in the trade of barbering. Like this brother took barbering to the full extent of saving his money, putting his money to use, saving it up, buying a boat, buying properties, buying cars up, you know what I mean, buying them up front, you know what I mean, doing many of the things that he's done. I mean, he's renovated homes, like he's done it.
No loan from any bank or any institution.
Hold up. So all of this you've done, you've never done it with a loan.
Liquid. You know what I mean? Liquid. I'm self-made. That's the word.
Man.
You know what I mean? And this year I'm gonna start embracing you know, some of my success. I mean, you know, they say people need to be humble. You know, look up the word humble in the dictionary. And it's not, you know what I mean? I mean to think less of yourself. I'm done with that. You know what I mean? I put in a lot of work over the years. I've been in the neighborhood for 30 plus years. I've helped a lot of people. I've had some people who were homeless, You know what I mean? And I did affordable housing, put people, rooms, apartments, and done things like that. To help a lot of people in the neighborhood. We had the Avenue Bears on Pennsylvania Avenue. I would buy their uniforms every year. You know what I mean? Wasn't a tax write-off. I would just do it. You know what I mean? Because you can't just be in the neighborhood just taking. You know what I mean? You got to give something back. Or people are gonna, treat you different. Also, right now I'm renting my grocery store to some Nigerians. It's cool. For years.
Grocery store.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. Brother had a grocery store, and he still has one that he's renting.
Yeah, I'm renting it out, and also 2 other commercial spaces, an insurance company, and a salon. My daughter's renting a salon from me. So you know what I mean. Yes, I make my daughter pay. Not much, but she do pay.
No, you gotta pay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you remember my dad, but my dad was definitely. I learned a lot of this from my dad because he had me paying rent when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Wasn't much. It was $25 a week, but
yeah.
I was cutting hair in the basement, but I had to make sure I give him it's $25. Also with the boat tours, this is my second boat. I decided to make some money with it. You know what I mean? And let black folks be on the water and relaxing like everybody else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just only get one shot at life. There's no rewind button with this. You know what I mean? So we're going to try to, live the best way we can without being, what's the word I'm going to use? I'm frugal. You know what I mean? Some people say I'm cheap. Frugal and cheap is 2 different things. I would not be able to do half the things I'm doing if I wasn't frugal. Another thing, I would tell people don't do things that'll hurt them financially. We do a lot of things that hurt us.
Right.
We know we can't handle it, but we do it anyway.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So if I were to say, I mean, without getting into your pockets, a roundabout, just a roundabout. You ain't got a year. And the only reason I'm saying this because I tell people how much money they can make as a barber in a year. Because what happens is people contact me and say, "Hey, look, Jabari, man, I want my son or daughter to get into the trade so they can have something to fall back on, blah blah blah." And so oftentimes I say, well, look. They don't got to fall back on it. They can fall forward into the trade and actually make a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? So the reason why I'm saying that to you and I asked barbers like around about how much, because I want people to know around about, what you can make in this field of barbering.
Oh gosh, let me see. Well over 100K. Easy, but you have to be dedicated. You know what I mean? I've always been pretty reasonable with my price. This year I started to go up, and everybody like, you're going up, ain't going up.
Right.
You know what I mean? I said, no, but I'm doing well.
Right.
If the thing is, people want the money, but they don't want to work.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I spent my hours. I just recently started cutting my hours.
Right.
Also, everybody know I cut fast. Some people are going to like it. Some people not. If you don't like it, I'm not the barber for you. It's simple. You know what I mean? It's simple stuff.
I mean, and that's what we tell people. Like when you get into this field, you got to find out what your lane is. You could be a slow barber and charge more money. You know what I mean? Some people like that. Some people want you to take your time and do every little follicle, you know what I'm saying, of the hair. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then some people, they want to, hey, look, I want to get in and out. You know what I'm saying? But you got to find out what clientele you're looking for. What kind of barber you're going to be. And so I oftentimes tell this brother, you know what I'm saying? Because this brother cuts fast. You know what I'm saying? He gets you in and out very quick. You know what I'm saying? Now, let me stop you here because I want to go back because we going, actually I wanted to get into this a little later. I just wanted to start a little bit ahead because I wanted people to know how successful you actually were. So you somewhere in between that 100 and 100K somewhere in there, and I'm just saying that to state that because some people's stuff is out in the public. You know what I'm saying? Like you can look them up how much they worth and whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? But with barbers, you know what I'm saying? We just
with barbers, we don't have to tell everything, but at the same time, I'm eating. You know what I mean? But the thing, like I said, if you gotta have some balance and you do have to give a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And because that comes right back. I sometimes I wonder how, why do I have such good luck sometimes?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I do my part and the universe gives it back. And I'm not a religious guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm spiritual. I do believe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We need studying African spirituality, but that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah.
When you give, things come back. You know what I mean? I've helped a lot of people. I've been burnt by a lot of people. I got people who owe me money right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I said, okay, maybe it was just for them to get through whatever they had to get through, but also know, once that you broke that straw, that's pretty much it. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's what it is.
Well, a lot of times I tell people, man, we've been talking. This has been our big lingo. It's the difference between a barber and a hair cutter. You know what I'm saying?
It
A
is.
hair cutter puts hair on the floor. They cut hair, they spray stuff. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they chasing that money, they charge $50, $100 a head. You know what I mean? They ain't got no license. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And don't really respect the craft of barbering. You know what I'm saying? When we
Yeah.
say if you're a barber, it's about the community. It's about being involved. It's about giving back. There's a social aspect. There's a licensing aspect because you're supposed to know what's in that book. You know what I mean? And so what we've been trying to do is bring respect back to the craft and not using barbering as something that you just get over on you. I'm getting over, you know what I'm saying? And I'm getting over this. I ain't filing my taxes. I ain't doing this. I ain't getting a license. No, because you gotta each one teach one. You gotta be able to teach people this craft. You know what I'm saying? Once you get, I mean, if you can't teach people this, you know what I mean? What you doing? Like, then what we doing? You feel what I'm saying? You gotta, if you can't give back, then what we doing? Because that's what our ancestors did.
That's true talk.
You know,
true talk. Yeah, so it's like even like I have my two boys, Ramir and Nasir. Ramir, my oldest one, is I'm teaching them how to cut. You know what I mean? I'm also teaching them about money early. You know what I mean? Because like I said this before in another interview, nobody spend money like black folks. Man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. We definitely got to have financial discipline. Yeah, along with self love. Because I had people say, "Oh, you worship money." I said, "No, you can't do anything without it."
Yeah.
This profession has taken me all over the world. I've been to Russia,
yes, you have.
Greece,
yes, you have.
Japan. I mean, God, you
every
London,
time
England,
you look on Facebook, this brother
Cuba,
is gone somewhere else. Yeah,
back to back Cuba. I mean, like you only get, like I said, one shot at life, and I'm not gone long. I do my little 4 days. I've done. Let me say, craziest thing I've done was 4 days in Japan.
Yeah,
4. You know what I mean? Russia, 2 days. You don't have to be anywhere long. You know what I mean? And like I said, if you just manage your money well, and don't do anything that's gonna hurt you.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we do that all the time.
Right.
People say, oh, you have like nice cars, but they ain't new. I own them.
Right.
They mine.
Yeah.
I own them.
But what's better than that?
Like ain't nobody's coming to snatch anything.
What's better than that? What's better than that?
You know.
So look, let's go back because we all the way out in front, which is cool. But let's go back again. I said we come up around the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
What we call the Valley.
The Valley. Oh God.
Yeah, we call
the Valley's legendary.
We call the Valley. Now look, so we start off, man, and me and Natty, we would hang, you know what I mean? Like we would hang. Natty had the house, you know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of times his father wouldn't be there, you know, at certain times, and Natty had to pass, and, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So he would
be gone. So
hey Natty, you mind if I come over and
come over?
Let me say, yeah, man. Yeah.
Yes,
So but a lot of times when we would go into school, and we went to Patterson High School. Both of us went to Patterson High School, and both was barbers, but I wasn't a barber like this guy was doing. So when he started, he had a barbershop in his basement. Is what he started. So everybody around the neighborhood would go to Natty. I had moved away from around there, so I would cut people around my neighborhood small, nothing like Natty was doing. He really had an operation going on. He had an operation going on in the basement. So, but
I had to come up with that rent.
Cops was charging them.
I had to come up with that rent. I was only charging $5 a head, so I had to make enough for me to do what I needed to do and make sure he got his $25 a week.
Yeah, you had to handle your business, man.
Yeah, I mean, so
now, what I could say about Natty was that while a lot of us had like all of the name brand stuff and different things like that, you know what I mean? Natty a lot of times wouldn't have all of the name brand stuff.
Nah,
and
I wanted it.
And he
wanted
it because it seemed like he didn't care about it. You know what I'm saying? It was like, we'd be there like, Natty would just have some basic shoes and stuff, but he always dressed real nice. He always dressed real nice. Always was still well groomed. You know,
my dad would have me in suits and stuff. And I'm like, man, I'm not wearing it. He said, look, man, you know what I mean? Being raised by an older guy is different. You know, you learn a lot of different things. The best thing my mom did for me was send me to him because y'all don't know this. I was off the hook.
Oh, you for real?
Yo, why you think she sent me to him? You know what I mean? That's what they do. You know what I mean? I said, what is this structure?
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right. Oh, you like Boys in the Hood going to live with?
Man, if she hadn't have done that, I don't think we would be talking right now. No bull crap. I don't know what he had to get this together.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? I was like, oh Lord, I was definitely in Cincinnati doing what I wanted to do. But yeah, I got kicked out of school for the arts. I was doing a lot of crazy. I went to school for the arts in Cincinnati, got kicked out, doing some crazy dumb stuff. Because I was young.
Yeah.
I ain't no guidance.
Yeah.
My mom said, okay, all right, I got something for you. Then I went to Western Hills High School in Cincinnati, got kicked out of there. Sent me to Baltimore.
Wow.
And he just what they call rebooted my program.
Oh, okay.
Literally.
He must have did he had to do a really good job, because I've never known you to not be respectful and be, you know what I'm saying? Like ever since I've known you,
Yeah.
you haven't, you know how, you know, people do stuff, they cruddy little stuff and everything. I've never known you to be that person do any of that to anybody around the neighborhood. Anyway.
Just that my dad back then, he was an older man.
Yeah.
So he's coming from a generation that precedes your father's generation. My dad is 88.
Woo.
So in the 70s, he was 40.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's about he was 44 when he had us, or 42 when he had me. So and that was in the 70s.
Right.
So being raised by older guys definitely
different. Well, I mean, you know, taught you some good principles and some good values. So, you know, so now we going to Patterson. So every day, you know, here we are. And, you know, I like to joke a lot. You know, I mean, I play a lot. You tell you.
Oh, man, I love this guy. He's good.
We always joking and playing. But anyway, you know, on our way to school, you know what I'm saying? And then we get to the point where we go into classes now. This is what I know he wants to talk about, you know what I'm saying? Because at some point, you know what I'm saying, that he was in what was labeled as special education, right? Yeah. You know what I mean? And sometimes, you know what I mean, us and doing, you know what I'm saying, like, all right, Daddy, you gotta go down to
I
we would say little smart stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like
who?
When you going down
easy.
to the
I ain't gonna shit was easy.
You going down to the boiler room or something like that, you know what I mean? All right, Daddy.
Like, I would have it was English, especially English and math. Other than that, the other classes was, you know, everybody else.
Right.
But I didn't give a damn. The shit was easy. I was like, okay. And Dad was like, I don't know if it was a mistake, but at that point I was like, oh well. You know what I mean? And just graduate, had a good time.
And the reason that we bring this up, because imagine, I mean, because what we know as Natty, you know, just imagine him being labeled that and being one of the most successful people around our neighborhood right now. You know what I mean? So and that's why we talk about this. You know what I mean? Because because like he's probably more successful than most folks that come out of the valley in general. So that's why a lot of them are gone. But this is one of the most intelligent brothers that I actually know. I mean, I'm being honest when I say that. I mean, you heard him talk about how, you know, the things that he's never went and got a bank loan.
No.
This is all from him saving money, putting his money to the side, you know what I mean, and saving. So, you know, that's why I saw that. That's why we tell a story about him. And go ahead,
like I'm saying, it's just what I would tell people. Some people are afraid to work hard. You know what I mean? The hours I used to do back then, I don't do those hours now, but I still do 10 hours. You know what I mean? 10 sometimes. I feel up to it, 12, but it's been a minute. So back then I was just working a lot all the time. You know, and I still would have time to have fun, but I was, you know, younger, and I was okay. This is the mission. I had a goal list. You know what I mean? Some, you know, back in the day, I would see a house for sale, and if the house had 20,000 on it, I would offer 15 cash. It's simple. You know what I mean? You know, sometimes you get, you know, you can get some no, but when you get a yes, it's a beautiful thing.
You was sitting on that kind of, you know what I mean, back then.
Yes, because I wasn't really, you know, if it wasn't on sale, I wasn't buying it.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like I said, you know, the discipline, the financial discipline, and it could be done, especially in this barber profession.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I said, people create bills for themselves.
So let me say this though. So then you so far as the special education, and even after all those years, you know, I know that I would eventually bring Umar Johnson to town.
Oh yeah,
during that time, and you know, you would buy his book and then started buying some of the DVDs. And I remember you telling me, man, like all my life, man, I thought, you know what I mean, like you dealt with a certain feeling because you felt like you wasn't good enough, or different things.
And it's also like I said, sometimes family make you feel like you're not good enough. Right. So yeah, that too. You know what I mean? Me going through that was definitely a trying time. You know what I mean? Having a label on you like something's wrong with you. I'm like, oh, no, ain't nothing wrong with me. I think something wrong with you guys. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yes, even with Dr. Umar, you know, doing, you know, giving the speeches he gave and letting people know, like, look, there's nothing wrong with you. It's just what they're pushing all black boys to, you know what I mean, to failure. You know what I mean? And it's systematic.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yes, I said, okay, so I know it ain't me. I knew it wasn't me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because I remember you talking to me about it, you know what I mean?
And also another thing, like me doing the thing with Dr. Claude Anderson, that really pushed me even more.
Right.
When you brought Claude
So we brought Dr. Claude Anderson
man,
to
that was beautiful.
to Brother Hebert's Pastor Hebert Church at the time, Pleasant Hope Baptist Church here in Baltimore. So I would bring a lot of different lecturers to town, and I brought Brother Claude Anderson, Dr. Claude Anderson to town.
And I got to
he
speak.
was one of the he got to speak.
got to
He was
speak.
one of the sponsors of the event. Yeah, and he spoke before the
Yeah, and I was
for the
like,
crowd. Yeah,
you know, I got to thank you, man, for that. You
oh
know what I
man,
mean?
man,
Because
like I said, bro. We we come up around, and I'm definitely proud. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
The things you've been doing. But so from there, from the basement, where's the very first barbershop that you worked?
Mr. Cut Barbershop on Pennsylvania Avenue.
Okay, so why did you go from East Side now? Did you
I
move?
don't
You
know.
went over to
It
West
was
Side.
I was in barber school and they said it's a shop up in West Baltimore need barbers, and I was about to graduate.
Okay,
You know what I mean? Because
okay,
I got a lot of my clientele from the barber school. It's only like about 4 people left from the barber school that I still cut to this day.
okay.
But I was, I was like, okay, I ain't care. I ain't really know much about West Baltimore. I caught the number 5 because the number 5 was running
Yeah.
in, and it let me off right on the avenue.
Was you still in school then, or was you out of school?
I think I was I was 1 month to be out
Okay,
because I remember taking my test and then I took it twice and I passed the second time.
okay,
You know what I mean? Yeah.
okay, cool. So Mr. Cuts, Pennsylvania Avenue,
Mhm.
and now at this barbershop, you only had two. You've been at
No,
two shops.
no. Let me see. I was at Mr. Cut Barbershop. I was on Lafayette and Argyle, Miss Nelson's. Then I was on the Division in Lafayette.
Okay.
Division in Lafayette. Yeah.
Lafayette.
Yeah,
This is the third one.
That's the third one.
Okay, all right,
So
cool.
when I ended up moving to my 4th shop was mine.
Okay, okay.
And
So let's talk about the third barbershop, which
Mhm.
I think is where the
Oh
the
yeah,
incident.
yeah.
And so you there, and for those who don't know, we in Baltimore, y'all. Pennsylvania Avenue, he's like a couple blocks up. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the hood, like the hood. I mean, this is the hood for real. So we there, and you on Division Street,
Mhm.
and how long was you there?
I was on Division Street for 4 years, 3 years, 3 or 4 years.
3 or 4 years. So he in the hood,
Mhm.
and all of a sudden something happened.
Oh
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
You know
It
what I
was
mean?
one of
So
my clients got into an argument. It was like I think
inside the
no,
shop.
it wasn't inside the
Okay.
shop. I think he was working for Bell Atlantic at the time.
Okay.
His name was Howard Robinson Jr. You know what I mean? Howard Robinson Jr. So evidently it was an altercation that went on prior because Howard was not a street guy. Guy in shape, big guy. You know what I mean? Jim, he graduated from Coppin, got his degree from Coppin. Wasn't a street guy. Got in an argument with a guy across the street in the building. He's working for Bell Atlantic. I was doing some cable work, and it spilled over to the next day because Howard, the barbershop, was directly across the street from where he had to do the service at. So I'm cutting Howard's hair, and the guy outside yelling. Howard go outside and say, "Man, let me go tell this guy to go away." So Howard go outside. I see Howard arguing. I said, "I got to hurry up and cut Howard's hair. What is he doing?" So I had one side of his haircut finished. Go outside to get Howard. I said, "Howard, don't even worry about it, man. Let's go. Let's just walk. Let's leave yo right there." We turn around and walk. The dude shoot us from behind.
Ooh.
Howard got hit in the back. I got hit in the back of the leg. The bullet didn't exit my knee. It's still in my knee to this day.
Wow.
I have pains. I've been having pains for years, but I'm here. I don't complain about it.
Right.
I don't complain about it. You know
Right.
what I mean? I'm here.
Right.
Howard died. He
Man.
died that day.
Mm.
And that happened in 2000. He ran down the street and collapsed. The bullet hit his lungs.
Ooh.
So yeah, and that was a tragic moment. You know what I
Wow.
mean? So
Wow.
yeah, you don't have to be a street guy
So,
to get
so
shot.
how long did you stay at that barbershop after that? Or did you
I was
leave?
there probably another year because it wasn't like that part of Division Street wasn't dangerous.
Okay.
It was Lafayette and Argyle where I was dangerous.
Right.
You know what I
okay,
mean?
Okay.
We talking up the street, Lafayette and
Right,
Argyle
right,
was like,
right,
oh
right,
my God, that was different.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, that incident right there, I still hear the gunshot sound to this day.
Wow.
You know what I mean? People say, you ain't hood, you ain't hood. I said, look, hood ain't got nothing to do with anything.
Yeah.
I may not be hood, but I've been around some shit. You know what I
catch
mean?
that shot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it doesn't matter who you are.
You feel like you got a second lease in
Yes,
life.
second lease in life. And I ain't gonna front, even after that moment, I realized that, you know what I mean, life is very precious.
Yeah.
Howard left a daughter. You know what I mean? He left a daughter, and he left family members behind. You know what I mean? That loved him.
Mhm.
You know, and I don't talk about it a lot. I hear people, talk about, getting shot. Ain't nothing I don't want to talk about.
Yeah.
Not at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm here right now. I help a lot of people. I still help a lot of people to this day. And I think that's what, one of the reasons I'm here for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because you're a barber, bro.
Directly
you're a
or
barber,
indirectly. Like I said, this year I'm going to embrace my greatness. You know what I mean? I'm not going to have anybody talk down on me or try to belittle me or on the low throw jabs. I'm jabbing back. I work hard. I don't bother nobody.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it
Yeah.
is what it is. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm glad that that you survived. And I feel sadness for the family that lost a person during that time. But we in Baltimore, and that goes down. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
And
yeah, it
it's one of
does.
the things that we trying to help to save our people.
Yeah.
In general. So, so let's talk just a little bit. I know we just viewed
Did you want to talk about?
Oh, so I was going to go into
Yeah.
So okay, so the final cut. So the brother often talks about how he was the person that gave a child will give his child their very first haircut, but then in some instances, 5 to 6 times maybe that he actually gave them their last haircut.
Yeah.
Also, which is which is another crazy thing in the community. So he gave him the very first cut, and I talk about that a lot of times. Like I cut his hair when he was young, but then when he grow up, he'll come back, hair on his face.
Mhm.
Some people I cut all through, through
Yeah.
all through their process, and I know you did the same thing too.
Yeah.
But he's talking about he cut it from the beginning, and then he gave them their last cut. Speak a little bit about that.
Yeah. Anyway, my ex wrote an article. She was a writer, and went to the second page of the New York Times, and it was called "The Final Cut," and it talks about how I've serviced my clients through life and death. I had one client that really bothered me. Stuff that we see as the barbers. I've gone to funeral homes and cut a lot of clients, with bullet wounds and but this incident, it was he was in the morgue too long. Family had to try to come up with money. I've also helped in cases like that.
Right.
But when I saw him, he was just so bad off because they shot him in his face and in his head. I had to come to the barbershop to get hair off the floor and place it where I could to make him look presentable. It just still wasn't a great job, but I had to do the best I could do, and it did bother me.
Right.
It bothered me a lot. You know what I mean? And like I said, I've done this a number of times. Clients, I lost a lot of clients to gun violence, being in West Baltimore, and literally their first and last cut. Because I've been in the neighborhood for 30 years, and a lot of these people ain't even making it to 30.
Right.
So, yeah, after a while, it can bother you. You know what I mean? When they're on the table, a lot of times I'll cut their hair and I'll talk to them. Man, I wish you made better choices. I'll try to talk to you about, try to talk to you. You know what I mean? And this is what happened.
Wow. Now we appreciate definitely the work you do in the community. You know what I mean? And just to switch the mood a little bit. I wanted to often talk to you about because one of the things that you do, we say you got to find out what it is that you do in the barbering field. What's your specialty? Let me ask you this: how fast can you cut a head?
Oh God, 8 heads.
No,
Honestly,
a head, one head.
a head.
I'm sorry, a head.
Oh,
yeah, one head.
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Full
You
cut.
can cut a full head in 5 minutes.
Full cut 5 minutes.
Hold up, you hear this
Full
fast?
cut 10 minutes.
Fade.
Yes. Yes. I mean, because I've been doing it for
10
years,
minutes?
like for years, and this is true talk, and the work is good. You know what I mean?
God.
It's good.
So how many? What's the most amount of heads that you can say that you
On
cut
paper,
that you
I got-
cut in one day?
Like probably 103. 103.
From what time? Like
That's when I like from 5:30 to 9:30, 10 o'clock.
9:30.
9:30.
You cut.
That's this is true
Woo,
talk.
hold up.
True talk.
This
True
brother cut 100 heads in a day.
Yeah.
Woo! Look, I'm telling you, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't do that. I can't do. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, it becomes like I
You
said.
know?
Like I said, I've always been an early bird. You know what I mean? I just recently stopped opening at 5:30. I'm a little older now. I'm 50. So I'm 50, and it's like things are different. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
open at 6, and I'm only there from like 6 to Saturdays from 6 to 4. You know what I mean? I used to do 6 to 10 or 5:30 to 10. I'm not doing that anymore. But I was doing it consistently for years.
Right.
And also like a lot of times people want a nice fade, nice regular, and after a while, people hair.
Right.
You know, so I've been doing it so long. And I know it's a gift. You know what I mean? I gotta thank the Most High. It is a gift. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I believe everybody can do this. It just requires work. You know what I mean? And a lot of people afraid to work hard. Just do it.
So what we're gonna do one day, we're gonna have him come, and we're gonna actually do, you know what I mean? What actually we're gonna do a workshop.
We're gonna do how to do.
We're gonna do a workshop.
The quick cuts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Once you do the cut, you just clean up everything afterwards.
Right.
Make everything fast and efficient, because a lot of my clients, they used to me. They like, I gotta get out of here.
So a full fade,
full
everything,
everything. 10, 15 minutes.
Okay.
And like a little kid, 5 minutes, or some adults.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, yes.
Wow.
You know?
Wow. Yes. So we're gonna actually, we're gonna watch him do this. We're gonna, put the,
you
like
can watch, you can time
it. We can time it, but we're gonna actually do a workshop. So y'all look out for a workshop that we actually gonna do, where we're gonna bring him, and he actually gonna do it for those that's interested in speed cutting, because that it's an art. It's an art.
It's a market for everybody. Some people want to be pampered. Some people, want to be in the chair 45 minutes. That I am not the barber for you.
Right.
I'm just letting you know that ain't me.
Right.
Sorry.
So beyond that, while we move forward, and we ain't gonna hold you too much longer, but the properties again, I'm saying, I know we kind of went over that again. So I know you had properties. You said you bought many of them up front. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time you had a property that was collapsing.
Oh yeah.
And you you rebuilt the structure of the property.
It was the side of my apartment building. I had to remember we had the earthquake, and that messed up some of the foundation. So I had to get I got a black contractor, Brick House Brown. Took him a year to do it, but he did it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Took him a year, but he got it done, and he got it done at a good price. So a lot of stuff can be done. You could just, people need to practice patience.
Right.
You know what I mean? I still feel like I got a long journey to go. You know what I mean?
Right.
I do things a little different now because I am older. I don't want to keep saying it, but I am older, so I do things a little bit different. But definitely, I say keep pushing.
Right.
Also, I have products, hair care products.
Yeah. So that's another thing. That's another way that you make money. You know what I'm saying? So this brother has his own products. Oh, Shane, hold that up to the camera there, so they can see that.
Yeah, and it's the real McCoy. Oil Sheen and
back it up a little bit. Yeah, back it up a little bit. So there you go. Yep. Y'all interested in getting that product? Give me a holler. Hit me up.
And the hair pomade. Also,
hair pomade.
With the beard dye. So beard dye as well, and it's definitely like I got to shop it myself now, because a lot of the Korean stores or whatever, Asian stores won't take the product.
Right.
Now my partner in California is doing much better with the product.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just a bigger market.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just recently took this product to Ghana.
It's really good, by the way. We use it here. We definitely use it here.
I took this product to Ghana. They love it. I went to a lot of different shops there, and they love the product. They don't have a problem supporting. We need more black businesses. We need black black hair care salons.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? It's their property. They can do what they want. They won't take my product. I already know why. You know what I mean? But it is what it is.
That's right. And another thing, before we get out of here, the Safe Sleep program. Talk about that.
Oh yeah, I've been working with Be More Healthy Babies for over 10 years for SIDS awareness. Right now, young boy Quan that's in my shop. He's gonna spearhead the new campaign, because he has children, little children. You know what I mean? So he's doing a lot of good work as far as BMO for Healthy Babies campaign and spreading awareness about SIDS deaths in Baltimore. You know what I mean? Because a lot of babies, a lot of people are laying with their kids incorrect, rolling over on them. You know what I mean? Because lack of the information. You know what I mean? Laying their kids flat on their face. No. You know what I mean? Alone back crib. A child should be alone on his back in the crib at all times. You know what I mean? Not just with toys, bumpers, none of that stuff in the crib. So yeah, Baltimore had the highest rate of SIDS deaths in the country. Wow. You know what I mean? So I think it's spiking back up, but that's why we pushing the campaign to remedy this problem.
Wow. Yeah, so I'm glad that you're involved in that and educating our community with that. So if you had to say the state of barbering right now, how do you feel and I ask everybody that comes on
State
here,
of barbering.
how do you feel about unlicensed barbers?
Well, I feel they should, if they want to go to the next level, get your license. That's the only way. Ain't nobody want to work looking over their shoulder. You know what I mean? And nobody, I don't think nobody want to stay in a garage forever. You know what I mean? So, I ain't gonna front, man. They got to get their license
Because there's a big argument. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because even with the argument, if you got non-licensed barber, that's $3,000 fine.
Yeah.
Like, man, like
Yeah.
per barber,
Yeah.
3 racks per barber. It's not, it's some money. It's still some money.
There's a big argument between licensed barbers and unlicensed barbers. Unlicensed barbers are like, man, I cut hair better than licensed barbers. That, you know, man, and that's not even the argument.
That
You
ain't
know,
the
that's not
argument.
the argument.
The argument is respect for the craft.
Exactly.
Respect for the craft, man.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, like I said, I'm not everybody's barber. I know I have my clientele. My clientele has been able to help me do great things. Now, you want to be a non-licensed barber and looking over your shoulder, that's on you. But when every other profession has a license, dentistry. I want my boys to be dentists, Ramir, and I say to be dentists. Dentistry and barbering, as you know, is related.
They're related. There you go.
Related.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
There you go.
It's related. Like, boom.
Go.
You know what I mean? I don't see any unlicensed dentists running around.
You know what I mean?
So
doctors, you're gonna take your mom to a unlicensed, you know what I mean, cardiologist. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You know what I mean? So I do. Like I said, I would prefer most people get their license. It ain't easy. I'm gonna take the masters.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it until I pass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have been an inspiration to me. You pushed for legislation to have 3 masters. You know what I mean? You did that.
Right.
Jabbar.
3 apprentice. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Yes. 3.
Yep.
Yeah. 3 apprentice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And man, you're incredible.
Thank you, man.
You know what I mean?
I appreciate that.
So
appreciate
it's
that.
at the end of the day, respect for the craft. Because everybody with a pair of clippers ain't a barber. I don't
That's
care
right.
if you're nice or not.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
You know what I mean?
It's
nice
like I said, it's elements just like hip hop. It's elements to go in this barber game, and this ain't hating on nobody. All we saying is kind of now. I guess we hitting into OGs of the field, right? You know, all we saying is, man, respect the craft. You know what I mean? We're gonna do work with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, those who are trying to get your license, holler, just give us a holler, get your stuff straight, man. It's about the legacy of teaching our people. You know what I mean? Get that so that you can reach back.
The right
doing
way
it the
and
right
not
way.
trying to get over.
Because all of us, I mean, and I've done it. I've done things and tried to get through and get by and get over and all. But I tell you what, at the end of the day, it came right back a lot of times and smacked me in the face.
Yeah,
I got
a story to tell. I had a property, but I had a property, and the PG&E was already on. Man, when they found out, wow. Yeah. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
I think I had a real tears.
Yeah.
Because the bill was so big.
Yeah.
Real tears. Not fake, real.
Yeah. So it's just, man, do things the right way. And, the boot camp, like what we've been doing, we bringing to you real people that's been successful in this craft. And, anything else that you want to add? Did we miss anything?
I think we covered pretty much everything. But
okay.
What I will say is, and attention barbers, man, we definitely got to respect the craft.
Yeah.
We have to respect the craft. Honestly, the barber shop has always been the hub.
That's right.
For
the community.
Community.
Yeah.
Conversation. Even a lot of cats doing podcasts. Let's make sure it has substance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, make sure it has substance. I've done TV. I've been on TV a lot. I've done a lot of interviews. I've done anybody can do this. And not saying anybody can do a podcast, but I'm talking about like as far as working hard and getting to the next level, anybody can do this, man. It just got to be patient.
Patience. It's really about work ethic. And discipline. You know what I'm saying? What you did. A lot of people say they want to get in this craft because they want to be you want to be a boss, and I want to do my own. I want to open my own shop, but you ain't got the work ethic because if you ain't got nobody cracking the whip on you when you doing this. Ain't no white man over top of you. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no black man. Whatever. Ain't nobody over top of you cracking the whip. Your clients, you work for them. You know what I'm saying? And you have to respect them, and you got to respect their time. Yeah. And so what they want to see is consistency of whatever it is that
you ain't even got to be the best barber.
No, you ain't got to be the best barber, but just be consistent. They want somebody, and you for somebody. There's a crowd of people that's waiting for you, but you got to be consistent and dedicated.
And then, like I said, going through this journey, you're going to lose clients. You're going to gain clients.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It comes with the territory, but the consistency, you will definitely make it, man. If they know you're going to be there, you know what I mean? That's just one thing. And respect the craft. Get your license.
No doubt. Well, Antoine Styles, you know,
Yes.
as we call brother Natty or Cincinnati.
And if you want to follow me on Instagram,
Yep.
it's Antoine Tony Styles. Just type in Antoine, ANTOINE TONYSTYLES. Also, if I know you watch this podcast, you do get a discount on a boat tour.
Oh, yeah. Oh, real quick, man. How did you get into the whole? How did you become a pirate, man?
Oh Lord, I always wanted a boat. Everybody motorcycles and other crazy stuff. I said, no, I want do something different. I was supposed to get a boat years ago. Then my wall to one of my buildings, once that fractured, I said I'd put that I wasn't mature enough at the time. Now I'm older. I'm mature enough. I had to one-on-one with a professional captain. And I purchased, I ended up purchasing my first boat. Okay. And I said, man, I enjoy this. I think everybody else would enjoy it. And I see us on the water, but we not like, on the water. White folks look at me crazy when I'm on the water. You know what I mean? Like, what's he doing? You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm used to all of that. You know what I mean? I made sure I know all of the water police. I know all of them. Made sure I did. I went and introduced. I said, "Look, this is Day. I don't need no
meat. Yeah, you know
what
I mean. Right. So, well, I really appreciate it. I mean, me and my queen went out. You took us out on a tour for her birthday one day. You know what I mean? Man, she loved that. You know what I mean? It's beautiful. So yeah, so he does the tours also. You know what I mean? So let them know.
Hit me up. And the prices are very affordable. It's only $125 a person. Bring your food, bring your drink, relax and enjoy. I have a Bluetooth surround system, bathroom, kitchen, everything. And it's a 2-hour tour for $125 a person. Can't beat that nowhere.
Can't beat that.
I want everybody to enjoy themselves and see that we can do it too.
Yeah,
we can.
We can do it, man. Again, so proud of you, brother.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. I'm glad you were on here, and we gonna put this out there, man, and let people see, and people gonna be inspired by this, man.
Oh, thank you, man.
No doubt. Well, thanks for coming out, man.
Man, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
It's about commitment, healing, honor, respect. This is Barber Life. Cutting hair, I like it. Barbershop, I like it. Change your life, I like it. Conversate, I like it.